So what were the technical features? I thought about it a little bit from our last class to help just thinking through in 3 buckets because they have something to do with each other. The cryptography, which is at the core of cryptocurrencies and blockchains, and it's at the core of a lot of things on the internet today. The consensus mechanism, and then the transaction script itself. Cryptography is, as we've talked about, communications in the presence of adversaries, also a form of ways to make commitments and secure computation. Hash functions, if you recall what we talked about. What's the key of a hash function?
It's a fingerprint of a fixed length of any amount of data.
I like that. One-way data compression, a crossword puzzle. Anybody here do the New York Times crossword puzzle in a mobile app? So if you do a Wednesday's New York Times crossword puzzle, does it tell you whether you're correct on Wednesday or does it not tell you you're correct? Stephanie?
So it tells you as soon as you finish the puzzle whether or not you have any errors, but it won't. But you can't actually check what the errors are unless you want to embed your streak for that day. So basically, you get a streak every time.
I don't actually know if the New York Times use hash functions, but they could. Because they could stick the whole entire crossword puzzle into a hash, and it's a commitment scheme. And remember, if you change even one thing in the input data, the hash will come out differently. So the New York Times could use a hash function so that Stephanie could find out, right? Because you can only push to see if it's correct when you finish the whole. And it either tells you you have it or not, right? So I'm bringing it real life, that a hash function, just think of the New York Times crossword puzzle,